Giants and the Buffalo Bills.
Well, Chris, that's the first time I've completely seen that Philadelphia Eagles piece, and that was really nice. Those guys have a lot of fun. Now, here's a man who has never won a PBA title. Mark Thayer ran away with the tournament. First shot.
Oh, right out of the gate.
You hear what he said? Right out of the gate. Disbelief. Plagued like Mike Edwards was. Now he, of course, hopes that he can stop it here in the first frame.
Well, speed control is so important in the championship pair today, and he has thrown strikes in his practice balls. He had 10 practice balls. He needs to get the ball over in the 3-6 zone, drive the 3 over into the 7, and he threw the ball a little bit harder in his practice shot, so he has to keep that speed up. Can make this split.
Thought he had it. So for 32-year-old Mark Thayer, it's an open frame. Brian Voss, 3 victories today. Goes in now the championship match.
Voss is going to be a very, very tough opponent to beat. Voss doesn't beat himself. Experienced, conditioned, he's ready.
With shots like that.
You know, I was listening to the microphone as Brian Voss was speaking to himself as he whitewashed Mike Edwards in the semifinals, and all he said is stay focused. Don't remember how much you're leading this match by, but make shots. And I think that's very important for anybody in a match game play, to not let down in one game that you have won and keep focused for the rest of the tournament. Let's see how it goes.
Well,
the left lane's been the story so far today. There's been 7 strikes on the left lane 25 and 13 on 26, and that's made the difference. And all Voss can do is throw the ball in the 4-7 zone. Make sure to get 2 pins. It'd be silly to throw away a single pin here, because when a strike is up, it counts as 2 pins in the scoreboard if you leave it standing.
So Brian Voss opening with a strike. Now an open frame. The right lane, left of center, Mark Thayer.
Lost that ball at the bottom of the swing just a little bit, as you see the profile of Mark Thayer. A very strong game. He's upright, 5-step delivery. A little bit above the shoulder. Watch how he drives in the pivot step down through about 3 or 4 inches from the foul, and a good, solid, balanced finish. Very important. More importantly, he needs to make the 2-4-8 to stay close in the match.
Unfortunately, back-to-back open frames for Mark Thayer.
Chris, what's happening today, just to give a quick capitalization of what's happened, is that you see him go by the 2-4 and leave the 8. But it's, if you watch the bowling tip of the week, we test the lane across the left side, across the right side. These players really don't have the luxury of doing all of that right before the championship game, and they're having trouble with spares, and strikes are not coming very easily.
Still hanging in there. Mark Thayer. Now after an open, shooting in the 3rd, Brian Voss. '88 Player of the Year when he earned $225,485. In fact, he's had 4 years where he's going over 100,000. Past 4 years.
And that's a result of straightening out his arm swing. Previous to 1985, Chris, he used to have a little bump in his arm swing. He'd bring it back, and on the downswing, he'd tighten up that lat muscle in the back. His swing would bounce out, and he'd pull shots in critical situations.
You see the flag and the yellow ribbon, of course, support for those in the Persian Gulf.
Let's take a look at how Brian Voss is playing the lanes. Pretty standard moves on the lanes. He's starting on the left side of the approach. He's going to slide somewhat around left center. He's going to start the ball between the second and third arrows. He's not going to play a lot of hook. Let's watch how he does it. Pretty conventional.
All right. We're in our final match in Pinole, California. Will be performance in the fourth frame, marking with a spare covering the 3, 9, 10.
Thayer made that split, and it keeps the pressure on Brian Voss. Brian Voss, once again, has the match slightly in control, to say the least, is 11 pins, but anything can happen. The lanes are so tough, you can make a mistake and fall behind. The key to match game play is to capitalize on the strikes. Voss has a strike up in the fourth, can take a 21-pin lead.
Okay. Brian Voss, who always wears shirts the color of the NFL team in the city where he competes. Well, he's got the San Francisco 49er red on. But he's wearing the New York Giant blue tomorrow.
I think he has the winning team, Mr. Schenkel.
Well, my alma mater, Giants. Watch it on ABC.
Right now, sixth frame, Voss could take a commanding 31-pin lead against an untested Mark Thayer.
Oh, no. 4, 6, 7, 10. Do we punt here?
I think he has to. But once again, the situation for Brian Voss is this. It's a very unmakeable split. You can make it, but the best thing to do is just take out the 6-10 or the 4-7. Don't give away that pins on a double. This is match play competition. He's just going for the 6-10. Good move.
So only 3 pins now separating. And Mark Thayer was a strike up, can take a 7-pin lead. Running that one out, leaving the 7.
Boy, he just sawed that 5-pin out. It just went flying over the top of the 4 and should have gotten the 7. A bad break for Mark Thayer. Let's watch this pin action now. The ball comes in, is real wide, has tremendous roll on it. Now watch the action of the 5-pin. There it is. The 5 gets driven right behind the 7. The 2 slices out the 4. 7 doesn't fall. Thayer could have had the lead, but now still trails by 3 pins.
Okay, most Pro Bowlers start on the tour at a young age.